In this video, you'll learn how to create a real faceless video like this one.
In this video, I'll show you how to take your YouTube videos from this to this. All you need are these 4 simple steps I'm about to share with you. And before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Since the YouTube automation trend has been going strong for a long time, many faceless channels are rapidly growing and earning thousands of dollars each month. What makes it even better is this is just the beginning. It's just getting started. That's exactly why even brand new faceless channels are growing fast and starting to earn quickly. And this trend will be huge in the next few years because you don't need to show your face, talk on camera, or buy expensive equipment. All you need to do is create videos in your niche with the help of AI. You can even use an AI avatar if you want, and automate your whole channel. So if you're planning to start one, this video is for you. I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of creating a faceless video that looks just like this one. So get ready, you're definitely going to learn something new. Before we begin, I'm going to play the video once again, but this time I want you to watch it like a creator, not just as a viewer, because a viewer simply consumes the final product made by the creator, while a creator focuses on how every part of the video is created. So from here on, I want you to watch it from the creator's perspective. Alright, I'm going to play the video without any audio so you can focus better on what's happening on the video. Watch closely, and I'll guide you through everything as it plays. In this part, you'll see a talking AI avatar, along with 2 visual elements. Now there's a transition between the clips, with motion graphics over a grid background. And in the final part, you'll once again see a transition between clips, a visual element, and overlay that continues throughout the video. So, these are the video resources that were used. Alright, now let's move on to the audio. I'll play the track, and I want you to do the same. Listen carefully, and try to identify how many different types of sounds are used.
In this video, I'll show you how to take your YouTube videos from this to this. All you need are these 4 simple steps I'm about to share with you. And before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, you heard that right. You can hear the voice of the AI avatar, along with background music and sound effects, during transitions and animations. So, these are the video and audio resources used to create this video. And before you start editing, try to gather all your resources based on your script. It makes the editing process much easier. But before collecting resources, there's something you should know. This is a step where you need to be really careful, but no one talks about it enough. It actually matters where you get your video resources from. There are tons of websites that offer free assets for content creation, but just because something is free doesn't mean it's safe to use on YouTube. Some content might be for non-commercial use only, and others might require attribution. If you don't check the license properly, you could end up with a copyright strike. So always keep this in mind when choosing assets for your videos. Now, let's get the resources we need for this video. To create this AI talking avatar, you first need an image of the avatar. Then, bring it to life by converting that image into a video. So to create your avatar image, head over to Leonardo AI. It's one of the best tools for creating high-quality AI images. Once you're in, go to the image generation section. But before we dive in, let's quickly change a few settings to get the best results. First, change the model to Cinematic Kino, then set the style to Cinematic Close-Up. For contrast, go with Medium and set the aspect ratio to 16:9. Now for the prompt. This is the one I used to generate this image. Keep in mind that using the same prompt won't give you the exact image, but you'll get something similar. You can also adjust the prompt to match the style or look you want for your own avatar. I'm sharing this just to give you an idea of how the prompt is structured. But if you're aiming for something different for your avatar, just describe your idea to ChatGPT and it'll generate a prompt for you. Once you're done with that, go ahead and generate the image, then pick the one that best fits your project. Now it's time to turn that image into a talking avatar. To get this done, we'll use Runway ML, which is perfect for turning images into animated videos. Once you're in, drop your generated image here. I always recommend creating multiple versions of your AI avatar with different gestures and movements, so you can use the ones that match your script. Now, let's create the videos using these 2 motion prompts. Just paste your first prompt here. Then you can also change the model, duration, and aspect ratio if needed. Once everything's set, just click Generate to create the video. And your first AI avatar video is ready. Let's take a look. That's some next level stuff. It came out really well. Before we move on to the second prompt, here's a quick pro tip. If you generate a video using the free version of Runway ML, you'll notice a watermark like this at the bottom. Now, some YouTube channels suggest removing it by masking, covering it with a logo, or even cropping that part of the video. But I really don't recommend doing any of that, because removing or altering the watermark violates Runway's license and could lead to copyright issues, including potential strikes or takedowns. And if you're a new creator trying to monetize your channel, even one strike can make the process much harder. I'm sharing this because I don't want all your hard work to go to waste over small mistakes like this, which no one really talks about. So, if you're serious about your content, consider using a paid plan to keep things clean and worry-free. Now, coming back to the process, it's time to use the second prompt to generate the next video. Once it's generated, you'll see the same avatar making different hand gestures, just like we wanted. That's it. Your AI talking avatar is now ready. You can download it directly from Runway ML. Alright, next we're going to look at how to create these visual elements. I made them using Canva, and it's super simple. Just head over to Canva and click on Create, and choose YouTube Thumbnail Layout. First, click on Text, add a text box, and resize it. Go ahead and type in the text you want to appear in the image. Let's go with 1K views. Next, head over to the Effects tab, choose the background effect, set the roundness to 60, the spread to 30, and change the color to white. Once that's done, your image is ready. You can download it as a PNG with a transparent background. To create the second image, just change the text and download it again. Now, for the subscribe button, go to the Elements tab and search for subscribe. Under Graphics, you'll see different options. Choose one, drag it into the layout, adjust its size, and then download it as a PNG with a transparent background, just like before. And to create the grid background, start by creating a new project using the YouTube thumbnail layout and set the background color to black. Then, head over to the Elements tab and search for Grid. Under Graphics, you can pick any pattern that suits your style, but for this video, we'll go with this one. Change its color to white, resize it as needed, and set the transparency to around 15 or 20. And that's it. Your grid background is ready. Go ahead and download it. And finally, the overlay, we'll get it from Pixabay. Just head over there, choose Video, and search for Fire Spark Particle Overlay. You'll see tons of options. For this video, I'm going with this one from Olenchik, and you can download it directly from here. With that, all the video resources we need are now created and collected. The remaining two are part of the editing process, so we'll get to that shortly. Now let's move on to audio resources. For the voiceover, we'll be using 11 Labs. If you're looking for realistic, human-like voices with emotion, it's one of the best tools available. And it has a huge library of pre-made custom voices, and you can even design your own using prompts, or clone your own voice if you want to take it a step further. But for now, let's focus on generating the voiceover for our script. Head over to the text-to-speech section and paste in your script in the text box. But here's a quick tip. Don't paste the entire thing at once. Try to keep each section around 250 to 300 characters for the best results. Now, click on the voice drop-down. You'll see a bunch of voices to choose from. Personally, I like using Mark. It fits well with the tone of this script and the character. Also, make sure you're using version 3. Once you're all set, hit Generate. 11 Labs will give you 2 versions to choose from. Listen to both, and if it's not quite right, just regenerate until you get the one that fits perfectly. And finally, once you're happy with it, go ahead and download your voiceover. Now, it's time to get some background music and sound effects for the video. I personally use Epidemic Sound for this. It's super easy to use and gives you access to high-quality, royalty-free tracks. Once you're in, head over to the music section. You'll see a wide range of tracks organized by different moods, genres, and themes. Take a little time here. Listen to a few options and pick one that matches the vibe and pacing of your video. For sound effects, it's the same. Navigate to the sound effects section and you'll find tons of categories. These are especially useful during transitions, animations, zoom-ins, zoom-outs, or key movements in your video. Some common ones that work well are cinematic hits, whooshes, risers, and drones. They help bring attention to certain parts and make things more engaging. I've chosen a music track and a few sound effects for this video. Also, if you're looking for free music and sound effects, Pixabay is a great option too. It offers a large collection of royalty-free tracks and sound effects that are totally safe to use. And that's it. We've got all the resources we need for the video. Now let's move on to the most important part, the editing. If you want your videos to look professional, then you should edit them with professional software. The one I personally use, and almost every top YouTuber uses, is DaVinci Resolve. It's free, packed with professional-grade features, and it's also really easy to use. You can make the video in just 3 steps using DaVinci Resolve, and I'll show you how. So, open it up and create a new project to get started. Here's what you'll see when you first open a project. It might look complicated, but it's actually not. Here, you have the edit page and the fusion page. We'll be working with just these two to create our video. First, let's move on to the edit page. Once you're in the edit page, go to File, then Import, and choose Media. Select all the resources we collected, then click Open. Now, if you check the media pool, you can see all the resources are imported into DaVinci and ready to use. Once everything's set, drag your voiceover onto the timeline in a right order. If you notice any long pauses, you can remove them easily. Just use the blade tool to cut the portion. Then use the selection tool to highlight it and hit backspace to delete it. Repeat this process to remove all the pauses. And we've got 3 different visuals for this video, so go ahead and add them to the timeline one by one in the right order. As you do that, listen to the voiceover to make sure each visual matches up perfectly with the audio. With the video and audio perfectly synced, let's begin the editing process. As I said earlier, we are going to do this in just 3 steps. The first step is Create. We're going to create the exact design you see in this video. Start by dragging both images onto the timeline and line them up according to the voiceover. For example, when the avatar says "from this," that's when the 1,000 views image should appear. And when it says "to this," that's when you bring in the 1 million views image. Once the images are on the timeline, select the first image and open the Inspector tab. This is where you'll find all the controls for the image. Use the zoom option to resize and adjust the position of X and Y to place them exactly where you want, just like in the video. Now select the second image, resize it, and place it parallel to the first image. Once everything is set, select the first clip, go to the inspector, scroll down to Composite, and change the mode to Overlay. Do the same for the second clip. With that, we've created the exact design. Let's move to step 2, Animate. For animation, we'll use keyframes. They're the little diamond icons you see next to all the options, just like in most editing software. To animate the first image, drag the playhead to the start of the clip and set a keyframe on position X and Y. Now, drag the image down off-screen. Then, move forward 3 frames using the arrow keys and bring the image back up to the spot where you want it to appear. That's it. The first image is animated. Play it back and you'll see the movement. Now, animate the second image in the same way using its X and Y position. And finally, step 3, Smooth. Every animation looks better when it's smoothed out. To do this, click on the spline icon. Select the first keyframe and apply Ease Out. Then select the second keyframe and apply Ease In. Repeat the same process for the second image. This gives the motion a much smoother flow. With that, we've completed the first part of the video. Now let's move on to the second part. We are going to create the progress bar animation in the Fusion page. To open the Fusion page, right-click on the clip and select Open in Fusion page, or just highlight the clip and click the Fusion icon at the bottom. This is the Fusion page, and these rectangular boxes are called nodes. This one is Media In, and this one is Media Out. The input you give is Media In, and the output you see is Media Out. You can also see 2 dots under the nodes. These are for viewer control. If you click the left view dot, that node will be visible in the left viewer. If you click the right view dot, it will be visible in the right viewer. But for now, we'll just use one viewer. All the icons you see here are nodes, and we're going to use some of them to create the design. First, drag in a text node and connect it to Media In. A merge node will be created automatically because when you connect 2 different nodes, a merge node is required, and DaVinci adds it automatically. Now, click on the text node, go to the Inspector tab, and type Beginner in the text area. Change its font to bold, adjust the size, then go to Layout and reposition it using the center X and Y values. To create the line, drag in a polygon mask node, a background node, and a transform node. Connect the polygon mask node to the blue input of the background node. Mask nodes should always be connected to the blue input. Then connect the background to the transform node and the transform node to the merge node. With the polygon node selected, draw a horizontal line and change its border width to 0.007. Change the background color to white. To see the line clearly, you can click the 3 dots and disable Show Controls. Now, with the transform node selected, adjust its position using position X and Y. To create the circle, follow the same process as before but use an ellipse mask instead of a polygon. Connect it to the merge node, change the background color to white, and adjust its size and position through the transform node. You'll need 2 more circles, so copy these nodes, paste them twice, and merge them in. At first, you won't see any change because all 3 circles have the same position. So, go into their respective transform nodes and adjust their positions. Next, to create the steps, drag 3 text nodes, and then connect them to the merge node one by one. For the first text node, type Step 1. Go to Layout to position it above the first circle and adjust its size. Do the same for Step 2 and Step 3. Place them above the other 2 circles. Now, add 1 more text node. Change the text to Pro, resize it, and position it accordingly. Finally, click Ctrl plus Spacebar to add a glow node and adjust its glow and size. And that completes the progress bar design. Now let's animate it. Go to the beginning of the clip, select the first text node, reduce its size to 0, and add a keyframe. Move 3 frames forward, then bring the size back to normal. If you play it back, you'll see the text animate in. Next, select the polygon node, move to frame 3, add a keyframe on length, and set it to 0. Then, move to frame 61 and set length to 1. Now the line animates in, but you'll notice a small part of it is visible before the animation starts. To fix this, go to frame 3, add a keyframe on level, and set it to 0. Move 2 frames forward, then set it back to 1. Now the line animation looks correct. For the circle animation, select the transform node of the ellipse node. The circle should appear exactly when the line passes through it. So move to frame 14, where the line and circle meet. Add a keyframe on size, set it to 0, then move 1 frame forward and bring it back to its normal size. Now the circle appears as the line passes. Repeat the same process for the other 2 circles. Once it's done, move on to the Pro text. Animate it when the progress bar finishes. Go to frame 59. Add a keyframe on size, set it to 0, then move 1 frame forward and return it to the original size. Now let's animate the step text above each circle. First, check the keyframes of the circle's ellipse node. You'll see the keyframes at frames 14 and 15. Go to the same frame on the step text node, add a keyframe on size, and animate it the same way. Now the circle and text appear together. Do the same for the other 2 steps with the corresponding ellipse node. Finally, let's smooth all the animations. Select a node, then open the Spline tab. From the menu, choose Show Only Selected Tool, then click Zoom to Fit. Here you'll see the keyframes. Press Ctrl plus A to select all keyframes, then press F to smooth them. Do this for each animation. Once everything is smoothed, the progress bar animation is complete. As I scrub through the timeline, you can see the final result. Now let's edit the final part of the video, and we can do this in the edit page itself. Drag the image onto the timeline and place it above the video clip. Then, go to the Inspector tab, resize it using the zoom option, and position it where the avatar is pointing his finger. To animate the image, move to the beginning of the clip, add a keyframe on position, and change the Y value to pull the image down. Move forward 15 frames using the right arrow key, then change the value to bring it back to its original position. And that's it. The image is animated. Next, let's smooth the animation. Click on the spline icon, select the first keyframe and apply Ease Out, then select the second keyframe and apply Ease In. Now the animation flows smoothly. With that, we have finished editing all 3 parts of the video. Now let's add the overlay. Drag the overlay onto the timeline. Place it for the whole video. With the overlay selected, go to the Inspector tab, change the composite mode to Add, and reduce the opacity to 30. And let's also add a zoom in effect to the first part. Select the clip, move the playhead to the beginning, and set a keyframe on zoom. Now, move to the last frame and slightly increase the zoom value. Next, let's add a vignette effect to the second clip. Go to OpenFX and search for Vignette. Drag the effect onto the second clip. Then, under the Inspector tab in the Effects section, adjust the settings to get the look you want. Next, let's add transitions between clips. Go to Effects, Toolbox, Video Transitions, then drag Center Wipe between the first 2 clips and adjust its duration. For the next transition, drag Edge Wipe between the second and third clips and adjust its duration as well. With that all the visuals are done, it's time to add background music and sound effects to make the video more engaging. Drag the music onto the timeline, trim the part which you want, and add sound effects. Trim it to match the animations and transitions. Then slightly reduce the volume of both the music and the effects so they don't overpower the AI voiceover, and keep the audio pleasant. With that, we've completed the entire edit. Now, let's export the video. Head over to the Deliver page, choose your location, change the format to MP4, and click Add to Render Queue. From here, you can start rendering the video, and your very first faceless video is ready. Let's take a look at the final result.
In this video, I'll show you how to take your YouTube videos from this to this. All you need are these 4 simple steps I'm about to share with you. And before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
It came out just the way we expected, and honestly, it looks amazing. And that's how a real faceless video is made. And this is exactly how most of the top faceless channels create their content. Throughout this whole process, you've learned how to analyze a video, find the resources you need, create or collect the resources, and finally, edit the video using them. This is what it truly takes to create a professional faceless video. Now, some of you might find this easy, and some might find it a bit challenging. Either way, I've got you covered. If it felt easy, make sure to subscribe, because I'll be sharing even more simple and effective strategies on different topics to help you grow or create your own faceless channel. And if it felt tough, you should subscribe too, because I'll break down the hardest parts of faceless video creation and make them super easy to follow. Also, don't forget to drop a comment if you have any thoughts or questions about the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then.